So if you watched last week's video, you know the system. One Claude project for each part of your business with documents that tell Claude everything it needs to know before you type a single word. But here's what I kept getting asked after that video. Afina, where does that all of the information actually come from? Like, how do I know what to write? That's exactly what this video is about, and I promise it's simpler than you think. Here's the thing. When Claude gives you output that sounds generic, the kind that could have been written for literally any business, that's not really a Claude problem. It's a context problem. Claude can only work with what you give it. And if you give it a vague, rushed information, it fills in the gaps with assumptions, and those assumptions, they almost never sound like you. So before you upload anything to your Claude project, you need to do one thing first. You need to extract what's already in your head and turn it into something Claude can actually use. That's the self-audit. Now, there are two ways to do this, and I want to show you both so you can pick what works for you. The first way is the Google Doc I put in the description. It has every question you need organized by document: business profile, offer suite, student avatar, and brand messaging. You make a copy of that and you work through the questions at your own pace, and your answers become the raw material for your documents. Most people take about 30 to 45 minutes if they are being honest with their answers. The second way, and honestly, this is the one I reach for, is to let Claude interview you instead. You open a brand new Claude conversation, not inside your project, just a regular chat outside of everything. And then you paste this prompt. And then Claude starts asking you questions, one at a time. It follows up when your answer is fake, it pushes you to be more specific, and by the end of it, you have everything you need without ever staring at a blank page. I find this method gets better answers because it feels like a conversation instead of a homework. Once you have your answers, whether that's from the interview or the doc, here's what you do next. You paste everything into Claude with this prompt. Claude organizes it, formats it, gives it structure. You read it back, make sure it actually sounds like you, and then you save it as a document. Clean, specific, ready to upload. And you didn't write any of them from scratch. You just answered questions and let Claude do the organizing. Everything I mentioned is in the Google Doc link in the description. The self-audit questions, the Claude interview prompt, and the document building prompt all in one place ready to go. Make a copy of the document, fill in your answers, and you're ready to build. No sign up, no email, just a link. And that's really it. This is a step that makes everything from last week click into place. One thing I want to leave you with: if you go through this whole process and Claude still sounds a bit generic, don't just add more documents. Go back and make your answers more specific. Specific information always beats more information. If you haven't watched last videos yet, I would start there. I will link it in the description. And drop a comment. Are you going to use the interview method or fill out the doc yourself? I'm genuinely curious which one people prefer. See you next week.